All right. Hello, everybody. I'm going to get started. So first, I want to welcome you to the 2021 Treasure Valley Scout Reservation season. And thank you all for logging on tonight for our very first virtual camp kickoff. And I want to let everybody know that we're recording the session. If anybody wants to refer back to it after, we can send it out to you and make sure that you get it. So Ryan, you gonna change the slide? All right, so for those that don't know me, I am Kelly Stickney, and I'm going to be your 2021 Treasure Valley Camp Director. I'm really excited to take this on, and I get to work with some pretty amazing people this summer. I'm going to introduce them to you right now. So we have our core 5 we've been working hard getting this presentation and our leader's guide ready for you. First, we have Andrew Collins. Everybody knows Andy from the OA, and he is the Heart of New England Council Camp Business Manager. So he does a lot of stuff all the time for all of us. And then we have Ryan Mercier, and everybody knows Ryan. He is our former everything, camp director, program director, and he is coming back on again this year as your program director. And I'm very excited to work with him. Ryan, say hello. Wave. There you go.
Hi, guys.
Next, we have Cam Ganon, a very familiar face at Treasure Valley. He is leaving the waterfront from before, and he is going to be one of our commissioners for 2021. Cam, raise your hand. How you doing? And last but not least, we have Mr. Ryan Stickney, who I'm really very unfamiliar with, but I'm going to get to know him at camp this summer. He is going to be another one of our commissioners. So that is the group that's hosting tonight. And I just want to start off by saying that I'm really looking forward to camp. In addition to working at the council office, I do camping and program there. So this is near and dear to my heart. And yeah, we're just looking forward to a great season. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to, we'll let Ryan Mercier take, well, actually, I'm sorry. Nope. Before we go into that, I want to do a few housekeeping items. So we have a leader's guide that one of the team is going to drop into the chat for you that you can link into. It's also found on the website, the Treasure Valley website under Leader's Guide. You can get to it there as well. We also have a link to a Google form that's going to be dropped in the chat. Now, this has everybody's unit contact information. So this is your camp coordinator. This is the one person that we are going to directly contact for all camp communication. So it's really important that you go in there, you check out who's listed for your unit. And if it's not the correct person, please be sure to update it. That's really, really important information to us. We can absolutely do camp promotion visits. If you would like us to come out, the team can come out and visit your unit in a very socially acceptable way with a small group, very COVID safe, and we can talk to your scouts and get them excited about camp. And then finally, don't forget to schedule your OA elections. We wanted to make sure if you guys haven't done that, please do so as well. I believe that you've been reached out from the OA elections committee to get that scheduled. So, and any questions that you have, and I want to talk about that as well. So basically, we're going to go through our presentation, and we want you to put any questions that you have into the chat, and Cam is going to be taking all those questions, and we're going to be doing a general question and answer at the end of the program. So save them all up, or you can put them in the chat and we will get to all of them. Okay. All right, next slide. Okay, so we're going to let Ryan Mercier, who is our program director, take it away.
All right, hi everyone. I know most of you know me. I don't know if there's anyone new this year. My name's Ryan Mercier. I was the camp director in 2019. I've missed seeing a bunch of you last year, but I'm glad to be back on for 2021. Go ahead to the next slide, Ryan. So camp's going to run pretty traditionally this year. There's a few things that we've added in, including an open program block, and we kind of switched around where that adventure block was. So similar to what we had put out for the 2020 season, we're going to go through 3 merit badge blocks like we traditionally do at the beginning of the day from 9 till 12. We're going to stop for lunch. We'll keep that siesta period in there. But since the units are already together after lunch, we decided to do adventure block straight after lunch so that you guys could help coordinate getting your units or patrols to wherever they needed to be for that adventure block before they go off to that final 4th merit badge. From that 4th merit badge ending at 3:30, we're going to have an open program style. During this time, scouts will be allowed to kind of go to have fun activities, but we're also going to offer some bonus badges during this open program. Some of those smaller, easier to get merit badges. I'm thinking like the art merit badge, that can probably be done in an hour or two, will be done during those open program times. After that, we're going to go to colors and then to dinner at 5:30 like traditionally we do. Following with evening programs and night programs going into around 9:30 at night. So some changes to merit badges for 2021. We added radio merit badge. We have a new counselor this year who is very excited to teach that. He's got a lot of knowledge, and we're excited to be able to offer it. We have the welding merit badge. We actually just got a huge donation of supplies to do welding at the Valley. So that'll be done at the Ranger Station under his supervision, as well as another staff that we've recently acquired is trained to weld. So he will be running that as well. And this year we're going to bring in some outside people to do search and rescue, do some mock scenario stuff like that. So we're really excited for those new badges. We also have all of the other traditional badges that we've been offering. We'll be offering again this year. That merit badge schedule is in the leader guide as well. So if anyone has any questions, you can put it in the chat. Take a look at that on there. Our big focus this year is making sure that those merit badges are taught appropriately, that the students, you can tell I've been teaching all day, that the scouts are really doing hands-on work during those merit badge sessions so that it's not just sitting there. We don't want it to be, them just getting filled with information. We'd like to see them actually experimenting, doing these projects and really learning by doing, which I think is the best way to learn anyways. So that's a huge focus for me this year, is just bulking up how we teach those badges, making sure that all of those standards and the requirements are hit the way that they're supposed to be. And that we have fun while doing it. Some more things we're focusing on are older scout programming. I've recognized that in the past we've had kind of once scouts hit like 15, 16, they start kind of falling off and they're not as excited for camp. We're going to try to negate that this year by bringing in some more programs for them. I've gotten a lot of older scouts that are telling me, they would like to do some more physical, strenuous hikes or, some more strenuous things. So we're really going to bulk up some programming for them during that free block. And during adventure blocks, we're really going to bulk up those programs. Now, we don't have in the leader guide right now, due to COVID, we have a lot of things that we still need to work out, where we can go, what's allowed, and how many people. So we haven't published anything officially about what the free block or the adventure blocks are going to be yet, just because we need to figure out, is contact allowed? Is any of this allowed? So we're going to wait for a little bit on that one to give you guys that kind of information. And that should be coming out around April or May when we get some more guidance from the state about opening. Again, those free block activities are going to be not only geared some towards the older scouts, some of them are going to be geared towards younger scouts. And they're really just a time to explore something that's not merit badge focused. So it's not requirement driven. It's really going to be, fun programming. So we're thinking, we have skates that we usually use for skating merit badge, but the scouts are going to be allowed to do some of that inline skating during a free block if they'd like to just try it. We've got free shoot, open swim, open boating, make your own ice cream in the STEM area. We might be able to pull in some robotics stuff this year. So we're really trying to create a really robust program through those free blocks and during that adventure block program. Another thing that I realized in 2019 that was lacking on the program side was some programming for all of our adult leaders in camp. So we're really working on bulking up and getting some volunteers out to the valley to do some trainings for you all. We're going to try to utilize you guys more in the program aspect and even put in some adventure blocks specifically for adults so that you guys can meet other people, learn about what they do in other units, and have some fun with each other and with some of the administration as well. So we'll be sure to include all of that in the supplemental packet that'll be coming in April or May. Again, if you have any questions about the program, I know I ran through that pretty fast. I'm trying to be cognizant of all of your time as well. Please just put it in the chat and we can go through all of that afterwards. For now, I'm going to talk quickly about the CIT program. So that application is up on the TVSR webpage. It is a 3-week program this year for $260. So the price has actually been about the same for the last few years. You'll actually get an additional week this year. We're asking that scouts come during our staff week, our first staff week, so that they get all of that much needed training that all of our staff does as well. And that way, what we can do is really get them into those areas during the 2 weeks that they're doing field weeks. So similar to how we've done it in the past, those scouts are going to be allowed to go to an area and they're going to kind of float around the areas for a few, for that first week maybe. And then they're going to choose one specific area to go to during that second program week. And that program week will be, where they really refine their skills and find an area that they really enjoy working in. Again, this is a really great program for anyone that's 14 and up that is just looking to build some leadership skills, some training, some customer service skills, and really just find out if being a counselor is what they want to do for a few years. Because honestly, the best way for them to learn is just by trying it out. I'm going to hand this back over to Kelly. Should talk for a little bit.
Okay. So yes, we're still looking for some junior staff positions. We still have a few openings. We have some really great candidates. We have a lot of staff, that we've already placed, but there's still a few openings. And if you know anybody that would benefit from being on staff, it is such a great experience. It's something, that you can't get anywhere else. And, even if you have a scout that has a family vacation, please encourage them to still apply. We'd like to talk to them and see if we can, fit them in. And they must be 15 by the start of camp. So, we've been talking about staff apps, out through communication at the council. So if you guys have any questions about that, you can put that in the chat and we can address your questions.
I'm also going to jump in here really quick, Kelly.
Yeah.
If anyone has any older scouts, we're thinking 21 plus that are looking for jobs. We are still looking for some weeks for a nurse and some of those other positions that are 21 plus. So if anyone has any of that, please send it our way.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, so this year the weeks are running a little bit differently. So you want to look, I'm going to give you the numbers. So our numbers coordinate with both camps and their weeks. So basically week 1, which is June 27th, which starts that week, that's NYLT, and that's our staff week. The second week is going to be family camp programs. And then the Boy Scout residence camp run from week 3 through 6. And we also have on week 6, the We Below residence camp. There's going to be positions for them. So if you're on week 6, you're going to be seeing them roam around the camp. But that's pretty much it. And then we're going to have our pre-camp meetings. Right now, they're going to be on the Monday, 2 weeks prior to your arrival at camp. So the dates are there. And, as we get closer to camp, we'll figure out the logistics of those pre-camp meetings. Okay,
and Kelly, I'm sorry, I'm going to jump in one more time on this slide. So anyone that's interested in family camp, I did not talk about that. So let me talk about that really quickly. That family camp week is going to be open program style for any families that are coming. Basically, how that works is every day you'll get an acorn in there, our morning newspaper that goes out, and it's going to have a list of special programs that are happening every hour, and then also just areas that are open for the families to go to if they're not interested in whatever program is running at that time. So, we might be doing a canoe demonstration at 1 to 2 p.m. But if you do not want to go there, swimming might be open, shooting sports will be open, scoutcraft will be open for you guys to go and kind of do what you want. So that family camp is really a good time if any families are just looking to relax, have a good time, maybe learn a few things and kind of have free reign of the camp for themselves.
Okay, awesome. Next slide. All right, so medical forms. So let's talk about those for a few minutes. So basically, to make everyone's life easier, we really would love to get them at your pre-camp meeting. So that way, when you arrive, you don't have to worry about dealing with all those with that step. So if you can have them ready, that would be great. The pre-camp meeting. All medical forms. So your health, your physical, valid until the end of the 12th calendar month. So unlike last year where they were, giving extensions, it's, we're almost in March. There's plenty of time to have your scouts get in and get their physicals if they want to come to camp. So I would start mentioning that to them now, so they don't wait until the last minute. And even if they don't have a doctor, they can always go into a minute clinic and have a physical done there. So it's really easy to do now. So basically, if any of your scouts have a need for an immunization exemption, just contact me about that, and then we can go through the proper forms and paperwork for that. So there's going to be a form that you'll need to submit, and all these forms and everything, they're going to be at the back of the leader's guide. So there's an authorization to administer medication form, and that's really important so that we at camp can make sure that we, can get your kids the medicine that they need. We're going to need the over-the-counter med signature, so we can do that as well. And we're going to need the complete immunization record on the med form that you get from your doctor, from your physical. And just make sure that all your tetanus is especially up to date, everything like that. And again, if you have med form questions, just put them in the chat and we'll address them, at the end. All right, so go ahead, Ryan. Okay, camp registration. Here we are. So this year, the early bird price is $435. After May 1st, it goes up to $465. And any new scouts, so these are your We Below crossovers. Anyone who decides to come to camp at the last minute, they're not sure, they still get the early bird price of $435, that's been the way it's been for a while. So basically, you can come provisional. So $465 per scout the first week. And then for any encore week, so say your scout goes to camp with their unit, they want to come back a second week, it's $435. Is that right, Andy?
I'm sorry, I was moving some questions into the chat. What was the question?
No, that's okay. That's all right. So so you go to your first week of camp, it's $435. And then any other second week is $435 as well, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Just wanted to make sure that. So that's it. So, whether they register, whether they go provisional 1 week, if they want to come back a second week, it's $435. So any second week is $435. So that's where we are there. Okay. So leaders in camp, as always, at the minimum, we need 2 leaders for up to 20 scouts. And then you can see the number of scouts that you bring, the numbers of leaders go up, the free adults. So any extra adults that you bring, you're basically paying for their food, and that's what the $100 cost is to feed them for the week. And then say, well, hopefully we can have visitors. We have visitors and they come for the day. they can check in and say, I'm staying for, you know, lunch or dinner, and they can pay an a la carte cost of $6 per meal. So that's how we're going to handle that. Okay, next slide. Camper shifts. This is it. It's really important. We want all kids to go to camp if possible. And we know that 2020 has really been hard, and a lot of people have been out of work, and it's just been a rough year. So we encourage everybody to click on that link, share it with your unit, and make sure anybody needs to apply for it. Do it as soon as you can. We really don't want to turn away. We don't turn away anybody. We'd like to find the money to make sure that we get everybody a camper shift. But the sooner you submit it, the better, by April 1st. And then on that campership application is the unit contact, and that's the person that we will coordinate all of that with. So, okay, next slide. Okay, camp registration tips. So like we said, we want to go in and make sure that the contact person is up to date on our Google form. You want to verify that tonight before you head out. Unit payment. So camp, it's really important that your unit pays for Boy Scout residence camp as one check. We don't want, you know, families sending in their money and different families. It all has to come from one check from the troop. And it just makes it easy. So if there's any kind of refunds, all refunds will go directly to the troop. So it's unlike, you know, Cub Scout day camp where everybody registers differently. It should just be one check from your unit. So let's see, include financial submission form. Yes, so at the end of the leader's guide is a very important document. A lot of times when we get mail at the council and there's checks in there, it's just a check. And it'll say from, I don't know, troop 316 for $200. And we have no idea what it's for. So this really great form has all the details on it. So whenever you want to send any camp money, make sure that that form is attached with it, and it'll just make everything so much easier. So we'd appreciate that. Okay, next slide. Okay. All right, so camp registration. So yes, so you want to send all mail, so you can send it all before June 15th, you know, and put it to my attention, because I'll be in the camp office, so that's where we'll be getting it all. Ryan, do you want to talk about the merit badge sign up and how they're going to do that?
So merit badge signups, as well as adventure block signups, are going to be a little different this year. You're going to be signing up for that merit badge and the adventure blocks. Hopefully, I know things are going to change, you know, the day of, or you're going to find a scout that doesn't want to do something that they signed up for 2 weeks before. But if you could get that all in by that pre-camp meeting, that would be really great. That just gives us the time to really make sure that we have all of those classes structured appropriately and staffed appropriately before you even arrive, so we don't have to do all the finagling any longer. You know, obviously, like I was saying, a scout's going to come in, maybe they don't make the swim check, or maybe they don't want to do archery anymore. We can make those changes the day of that you arrive to camp. But anything beforehand is just going to help us overall in planning.
Thanks, Ryan. And again, just make sure that you bring your med forms to your pre-camp meeting. Next slide. Ryan Stickney, next slide, please. Thank you. So unit promotions, we want to get people excited about camp. And if you'd like to coordinate something, you know, contact Ryan, Mercier, and my contact information is at the end of the slideshow, and it's also in the leader's guide. So feel free to contact us then. Okay, next slide. Oh, and there it is. There's our contact info right there. So you can take that down. You know, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can to answer all your questions. Is this the last slide? Yep. Okay, so we are going to open, that's the end of our program, our slideshow. So we're going to open it up to the questions. So Cam, would you like to get the questions rolling, please?
Of course. So the first question is actually for you.
Okay.
what limitations are projected in order to comply with COVID-19 guidelines, and is insight dining going to be offered?
Okay, so for COVID-19, we don't know how things are going to look by the time camp rolls around. So we're waiting. There's going to be addendums, a supplemental add-on to the leader's guide when we have the camper guidance at that point, when it's more clearly, the rules that we're going to have to follow by the state. So as soon as we have something, we will get it into writing and make sure that you guys get it as soon as possible. But it's not going to look the same a month from now, 2 months from now. So, we have to follow what the state says and their guidelines to keep everybody safe. As for dining, I know right now it's been decided there's going to be no in-site cooking, and there's going to be no family style. So it is going to be more of a grab and go cafeteria style service for dining to help mitigate the spread of COVID-19 and keep everybody safe.
And sort of going along with that, COVID protocol, sort of like masks, social distancing at meals, during activities in classes, how is that going to be handled?
So I mean, we're going to guess that we're all going to be wearing masks and social distancing still at camp because the majority of the country will not have their vaccines. And then I'm hoping, and I think it's all going on a really good track, that people are going to get vaccinated, but camp is still going to be with masks and socially distanced. Now, we don't know what the guidance is going to be about sticking to your cohorts. If your unit is bigger and you have to kind of keep them in smaller groups. Again, we will keep you informed, as the closer we get to camp, giving you enough notice.
As for those merit badge classes, I ditto everything that Kelly said, but this again is a really important reason why we're looking for those merit badges to be picked early. So we can take a look. It's going to give us some more flexibility in that merit badge program to move scouts around if need be, or move classes, or if someone, maybe swimming can't have as many, so we need to add some more blocks of swimming and we can take out something else somewhere. That's what's going to happen those 2 weeks prior. We're really going to be working through that kind of stuff.
So yes, basically we are planning for summer camp to go off as normal as we possibly can while following all of the Mass state guidelines for COVID-19.
All right, the next 2 questions are for Ryan. So we have, will High Coat be open, and is BSI running?
Yes to both as of right now. They're both running. We are planning to have them run.
And another one for Ryan. Will Blackpug still be used to register scouts, etc.?
No, it will not. So the registration is going physically to Kelly at the scout office, and then the merit badge scheduling again is a secondary piece of paper that we're going to need to submit, or we're going to have a Google form that you guys can submit for every scout prior to coming to camp. So that will not be through Blackpug.
Right, there'll be no, Blackpug is out of the picture 100%. We're not using it at the council anymore. So basically you're going to collect your scouts payment, and you're going to submit the roster and just a payment form and send it into the council. And then I'm going to upload it to Camp Manager, where both the camps are. And that's how we're keeping track of everything now.
One for Kelly. I've heard that a lot of units that normally go elsewhere are planning to head to Treasure Valley this summer, based on not being able to cross state borders readily. Will there be any preference for units that have always gone to Treasure Valley?
Well, right now, I mean, we've had a handful of units that we didn't think were coming back, because typically they said, oh, we're not going to come back in 2021, and they have changed their mind. There's plenty of room at Treasure Valley for everybody right now. So it's really important. So you have been invited because you're on the list, and you have a spot. So we want to make sure that everybody is happy, and we're going to do our best to get everybody in, get them a spot. You know, we want everybody to come to Treasure Valley. We want to fit as many people as we can and be safe at the same time. So.
For Kelly, will pre-camp meetings be available online?
You know what? We haven't talked about that, but we can absolutely do that. If you cannot make it and you would like to get your camp forms, you know, drop them off at the council office and attend virtually, we can absolutely do that. Mhm.
A question about camperships for Kelly.
Yeah.
Are camperships awarded before the deadline of May 1st for payment?
Yes, they typically are. They should be. Hopefully, and Andy, I don't know if you have that answer. We typically, for the camperships, they want submittal by April 1st. And then, you know, the goal is to definitely get it out before you have to get the early bird deadline. You're waiting.
Yeah, the goal is to get the applications in by April 1st as kind of our first round. Then we'll look to get the campership committee together, you know, within the week and a half after that. And then once those awards are made, we'll be contacting not only the families, but also the summer camp contact. That way there's no overpayment for the week at camp. Once that first kind of round goes out, if there's still money, and usually there is, available in the campership fund, you know, encourage your units to your scouts and families to apply. We don't want to leave any scouts behind. And if there is a financial challenge, you know, reach out to Kelly, reach out to Ryan, reach out to myself. We want kids to have a week of camp, and I think we can all agree that after the last 12 months, we all need camp now too. So let's get these kids a week, you know, back to normal as best as possible.
And going again with camperships, are scouts from other councils eligible for the campership?
I believe they were, if they're coming to one of our camps, right, Andy? That's how it ran last year. Yep. So if
Yep.
your
Yeah,
unit
we have
is
some
ranked,
funds that are designated for Heart of New England units. And then we've also built in some money for all scouts. So preference to go to Heart of New England Council units first, but we generally don't exhaust all of those funds.
Another one for Kelly. Will scouts be sharing tents? Should they bring their own?
That's a heck of a question. So we are going to put up all our canvas tents. That is the plan so far. Now, we don't know if we can have 1 or 2 people in the tents, and that's something that we're going to have to go by the guidance a little later on down the road. So I wouldn't be surprised if, oops, sorry, Kat. I wouldn't be surprised if units have to bring extra tents, and, you know, perhaps the family, even if you can sleep 2 in a tent, perhaps the family doesn't want it, and, you know, you can spread out. There's plenty of room in the campsites for people to spread out. So I can't answer that right now. That's more for the closer we get to camp, and we'll keep you posted on that.
All right, another one for Kelly. Do you think there will be any restrictions against out-of-state units?
Well, I mean, I'm going to defer to Andy for that too. What do you think? Like, so basically, it depends. That could all change the way that the numbers are going down. And again, basically, it just depends on how things go in the next couple of months. Do you want to add anything to that, Andy?
Yeah, no, I think you hit it right in the head. You know, we're all I think used to at this point of not wait and see, but patience and the word pivot, which I've heard far too much at school. You know, we're hoping, I would imagine we're not going to be able to have folks from all over the country, but neighboring states, I know, like New Hampshire as an example, they're open to all of New England. Massachusetts right now, you can go and you can, you know, go anywhere. Coming back, depending on where you went, you know, is changing. And as I was saying last night to Kelly, you know, right now you can go to South Dakota and Puerto Rico. So if you're looking to get some nice weather, other than what we're getting tonight, maybe Puerto Rico is in people's future. But we're gonna have to wait and see. It's changing day by day.
Here's a question about the weeks for Kelly. How are our registrations being handled for this year, since dates of camp have changed? For example, we were slated for week 2, but now the week and the dates that match the previous week 2 are now week 3.
So basically, I sent everybody who was on that list probably in early fall, the week and the dates that we had that you're in there. And I'm going to do that again after this broadcast. So tomorrow you will be getting another confirmation email with the week, the campsite, and again, confirming your camp coordinator. So we're going to be confirming all that. But you want to forget about, so traditional Treasure Valley week numbers, you kind of just want to go by the dates and not the weeks, the week numbers so much. So just make sure the dates match up.
All right, thank you, Kelly. You can take a break for a little bit. All right, for Ryan, are there any specialty weeks?
Yes, so right now, I'm sorry, I forgot to say that week. Okay, now again, these are where I'm going to get messed up. Week 3, technical week 3. So that first week of Scout Resident Camp is going to be STEM week, like always. So our old week 2, now week 3 will be STEM week. They'll be getting like electronics merit badge and then some STEM Supernova awards. Dave Harrelson is kind enough to run that program for us with the help from some other people. He has offered to do it again, so you know, preliminarily at least. And he puts on a really great program for the Scouts. So that's a really great week for them if they're interested in STEM or electronics at all. Week 5, so week 6 now, the last week of camp, Troop 161 does the, did I get that right? 161, so Sturbridge? All right, thanks, Mark. They run an Eagle Week, so they will be running that again this year. That's a chance for any of your Scouts to get some of those merit badges that we don't offer, those Eagle badges, as well as go over, you know, the Eagle project, make sure that they understand all of the paperwork that they need to go through, and really get a handle on everything that's going on for their Eagle. We're working on getting a shooting sports week. Again, we're just working through some of the volunteers. Just don't know with the weeks and everything how they're going to line up. So more to come during that supplemental packet that you guys will be receiving, but we do know about those 2 weeks at the very least. That final week as well, that they're doing Eagle Week, we're going to be running a specialty provisional week for any girls that would like to come Provo. Obviously, they can come every other week as well. But that final week will really be dedicated to a female empowerment. We have a female that's coming in to run that week. She is hiking the long trail. She's going to take a week off so she can spend it with us. Talk to those girls about, you know, being a female leader and all of that kind of stuff. So if you have a female unit that wants to come, that week 6 would be a great week, and we can have you whenever though as well.
Thank you, Ryan. I have another one for you. Will there be merit badges and rank patches available for purchase at the trading post?
I'm going to be honest and say I doubt it. I'm not sure. That's going to be an Andy question, I believe.
We actually haven't discussed that yet, so we'll add that into the discussion as far as trading post items go. And if we can't get them in the trading posts as a regular item, we can always do a specialty, you know, order and get them there during your week of camp.
So similar to what we did in 2019 to get you guys those patches.
Going along with merit badges, how early can you sign up for the merit badges, and will it be online as well?
So that form will be a Google form as well. The earliness does not matter this year. We're going to try to just make sure that everyone gets at least their first pick merit badge, no matter what we have to do to that schedule to make that work. We're going to make it work for your Scouts. Again, like we've reiterated again, your Scouts have lost so much time that we're going to make sure that they have the best possible programming this year. So everybody's merit badge blocks are going to be looked at the same time, and then we're going to make fundamental changes to that merit badge program depending on what those Scouts picked.
Thank you. And one more, is there going to be a parents' night?
There will not be a parents' night this year, unfortunately. We're actually going to change things around a little bit. So Wednesday night, we will not have the camper campfire either. That's going to switch to Friday after the Jabberguzzle. You can see in that leader's guide again. Wednesday, we're going to do some troop programming, some troop-wide competitions. Our theme this year is Wild West, so we're going to have some Wild West themed games. On Friday, what's going to happen is after the McGee Day games, Scouts are going to transition directly to the Jabberguzzle. So, I mean, obviously, if you guys want to take them back to the site, get them settled down, and then send them out. But the Jabberguzzle will be open right after the McGee Day games. We're going to eat dinner down there, barbecue style, just no parents. And then we're going to head over to the campfire at the end of that. Parents are obviously going to be asked to come on Saturday. We'll do the OA tap outs then, but it'll be a very shortened, all of the awards and everything like that will be done at the campfire on Friday night. So it will just be tap out and flags on Saturday and then leave.
Thank you, Ryan. We'll go back to Kelly. A la carte visitor meals, do they need advance notice?
Well, I mean, if you've got one person coming in, typically, so basically, if you're coming in for the day and you're not expected, you just want to let us know as soon as possible, and they'll give you a dinner ticket when you check in at King. You know, again, that's if we can have visitors, you know, and we're hoping to, especially if you have to switch off leaders coming in and giving everybody a break. So yes, just give us a heads up if it's going to be more than a few people. The sooner we know, the better, pretty much.
Thank you. Are you planning extra time for cleaning merit badge stations between classes? And is the camp providing cleaning supplies, or do the troops have to bring their own?
So I'm going to say that the camp is going to supply some cleaning supplies. And I'm guessing as a unit, you're going to want to bring your own as well to supplement, to make sure that everything's as clean as possible. So we'll give you your basic starter kits to clean, you know, and of course, with Mass State guidelines, I'm guessing we're going to be cleaning a whole heck of a lot more than we ever anticipated. So between all the stations, once the kids are gone, everything gets sprayed down. Just like checking out through Market 32, the second you did, squirting everything down. That's what you're going to be seeing. So we're going to keep it as clean as we possibly can.
Yeah, we've always done kind of a 10-minute frame at the end of that merit badge session so that kids can walk to the next class. During that time, the staff will be really cleaning that stuff off. The idea is hopefully that we have enough supplies to go around where we can have one thing sanitizing while the next group is in working on something and rotate it out that way.
A couple of food questions for Kelly. Who is providing the food service this year?
Well, we have not made that final decision. We are hoping to have John back. So we're going to finalize that. So she could be coming back. We could also be having cafe services. We have not gotten that far yet, but your scouts will be fed very, very well, regardless whether it's John or cafe services. So.
And going off of a previous question, the troops that usually cook in sight will not be allowed to do that again. Is that correct?
That is correct. And let me go back one more thing. I meant to say Marie. It's not Dawn. For some reason, I have Dawn Ortella in my mind. So it's Marie, who's been doing a bang up job all these years. So I want to give her credit where credit is due. But no, right now, according to it's going to be a camp rule. There's going to be no in-site camp cooking at all. Unfortunately, and I know units like to do that. It's just, you know, what we're going to have to transition to.
We may be able to do cooked food delivered to sites, or you could pick up the food and eat in sites that way. Just no cooking there.
And last one for Kelly for right now. How do provisional campers register?
So I believe we are going to, last year, even though it didn't happen, we had the scouts register through a different registration site. Andy, that's how we're going to do it again this year, right? Yep. Okay, so I was correct. So basically it's going to be, we'll send you the link, the units will get the link. It'll be on the Treasure Valley webpage, and you go in and register individually. So that way, if somebody has to cancel, we can refund the parents right then and there. It's all done through Square, nice and easy and tidy. So it'll be really easy to register that way.
Thank you. And going off of that, back to the food for a little bit. What about making coffee in sight?
It's a very specific question, and I know the need for it. Believe me, I can understand everyone's concern. I am hoping that I can give you the answer is yes, but know that our commissioner staff, and that will be Cam yourself, will be making sure that all the unit leaders have coffee first and foremost in their campsite first thing in the morning. But I will get the answer to that. And I very hope that you people can make coffee in your campsite. I do.
I promise I will come deliver coffee to all of you.
All right, thank you. We're gonna swing back to Ryan for a couple of questions. Are bikes still allowed?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to follow the same protocol as we have before. They need to get checked before they're able to be ridden. And obviously all of the safety measures that you've always taken need to stay in place. But yes, they are still allowed at camp.
A more general question, is there a place for adult leaders to work on a laptop if job responsibilities come up?
Yep, so
with Wi-Fi?
Yep, the Wi-Fi does reach down there, and there's the Scoutmaster Lounge, which is in the Mohegan Lodge. So that will be open for leaders, and they have one large room that you can work in, and then there's one small work room that has actually a door that you can close if you need some privacy during that. I can't speak to it, but I'm pretty sure you've got Wi-Fi all the way from the ranger station down to that Mohegan Lodge. So you should be able to work kind of wherever you work best as well.
And a program question, is the Dutch oven cook-off still going to be happening?
Again, we have to follow all of the COVID safety protocols, but as I see it, we're hoping to be able to do a Scoutmaster cook-off and the Dutch oven deep fry, again, pending all of the COVID-19 restrictions by the state of Massachusetts.
Thank you. And here's a last call, sorry, for any other questions. And Kelly, presentation was really excellent. I'd love to get the link to the recording. Are we going to be able to provide that?
Yes, Andy will make sure that we can get everybody the recording, the link to the recording. Yes.
Thank you very much. That's all the questions that have come in.
I have a question.
Yes,
What's
Ryan.
the theme this year?
Saddle up for scouting. Is that right, Ryan?
Right.
So
Wild
it's-
West themed.
Yes, it's a Wild West theme. Yep. So
So
start thinking about your campsite preparations now.
yep, if you're a unit that usually decorates, again, that'll go into your Golden Broom Award tally by the commissioners. So make sure that you have your decorations ready for your site. Diane, I'm looking at you. I'm looking for something big this year.
I was going to say, Diane, too, get ready. Start thinking about it. So yes, so again, I will be sending out an email tomorrow following up. You will have your week, the date, your campsite that you're slotted into right now. You will have the link to this video presentation, and I think that's it. And you know where to find us anytime. Email me or Ryan, and we will answer all your questions as soon as we can. Is there anything else, Cam?
Yeah. Are the troops able to bring some horses?
I'm
Hey, if I see a
horse.
horse, the troop automatically wins.
Yep, I'm gonna say if you're gonna pull a horse into the trailer, I think you have to get like big points for your site decorations. But unfortunately, we'll have to keep them up in econ. The horse will have to stay up there. So I think we'll be good. As long as you can tie it to a tree, I think we're good. So. All right, well, if anyone has any other questions, I thank you all for coming. And we're all like, we so need camp. We're excited for camp. We want camp to happen. So you know where to find us. And that's it. Ryan, Andy, any closing comments?
Looking forward to a great summer at camp.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see all of you guys once again. And once again, if you have any younger scouts that are looking for jobs, send them our way.
All right. Awesome. Thank you all for coming. Have a good night. Okay, bye-bye.